Hi, this is Zach Bowdy with the Indiana Department of Education. Today I'm going to talk to you about a few key STEM priorities here at the department that we're working on. First is the Common Core State Standards for Mathematics. There are 4 key areas that we need to focus on as we implement these standards. First is focusing on what's important for college and career readiness and removing other things. Second is coherence, thinking across grade levels and linking major topics together. Third is to increase the rigor. In major topics, we need to pursue conceptual understanding, procedural skill and fluency, and application together. And fourth is the introduction of standards for mathematical practices, which are mathematical proficiencies that foster reasoning and discipline and understanding across the discipline. At each grade level, there are key priorities and focus that we'll ask teachers to focus on. This will help to remove a lot of the fluff from the expectations and help teachers and students deepen their understanding in these key areas at each grade level. In addition, we're working on integrating the mathematics standards into our current technical education courses, asking ourselves a few key questions. First, how do we explicitly link mathematics to career and technical education? Second, how does the study of CTE add in the development of mathematics and scientific thinking? One way we've got about this is the introduction of a quantitative reasoning requirement to the Core 40 academic and technical honors diplomas as well as the general diploma, requiring students to take a quantitative reasoning course each year they're enrolled in high school. Finally, in 2010, Indiana adopted new science standards. These were written based on a large amount of research and national science reports and were rated very high nationally, one of the top 5 states as far as science standards go. They were rated exceptionally high for clarity and rigor, and they were noted strong in chemistry, life science, and earth-space science. There are 3 parts of the science standards. The first is process standards, which reflects the way students learn and do science and focuses on developing these 6 key science process skills. Next are the literacy standards, which are connected to the Common Core State Standards for Literacy, showing that literacy development is a school-wide priority and not relegated just to the ELA classroom. Finally, there are content standards. These are detailed expectations about what students should learn and be able to do in 4 key areas: physical science, earth space science, life science, and science, technology, and engineering. The science, technology, and engineering standards are somewhat unique to Indiana. Not many other states have them, and they provide students opportunities to solve real-world problems. And those are the 3 key priorities for STEM education at the Department of Education.
The Advanced Placement Training and Incentive Program is centered at the University of Notre Dame, and this program is a comprehensive approach that increases teacher effectiveness and student achievement in rigorous math and science courses. This is done through training, teacher and student supports, vertical teaming, open enrollment, and incentives. We are affiliated with the National Math and Science Initiative, or NMSI, and our programs intend to dramatically increase the number of students taking and earning qualifying scores on AP Math, Science, and English exams. This also is intended to expand access to traditionally underrepresented groups. So our 2 clear goals are to increase the number of students enrolled in AP Math, Science, and English courses for the schools that are involved in AP TIPN, and also to increase the number of qualifying scores, which are scores of 3, 4, and 5 for those students who participate in AP Math, Science, and English courses. The schools involved in AP TIPN over the 5-year period of the grant are actually those schools listed on our map. In the first year, however, we will be dealing with a subset of these schools, and they are Concord High School, Elkhart Central, and Elkhart Memorial High Schools in the north, Mississinawa in the central part of the state, Jeffersonville in the southern part of the state, and in the Indianapolis area, Perry Meridian and Southport High Schools, Pike High School, and Speedway High School. These schools were selected out of a larger group last year when we submitted the grant to the Investing in Innovation Fund with the National Math and Science Initiative. The National Math and Science Initiative is actually involved in 6 states: Arkansas, Alabama, Connecticut, Kentucky, Virginia, and Massachusetts. And of these states, Arkansas actually maps the closest to Indiana in terms of schools with the same demographics and size. Taking a look at the Arkansas data gives us an idea of how Indiana can close the gap for AP. We are taking a look at the remediation rates for the Arkansas class of 2009 for those students who participated at the NMSI schools. This is about 13,000 students. If we take a look at the entering freshmen into 2009, about 47.3% of them required remediation to be successful in college. But in those students who have been involved in the NMSI program, if you take a look at the last 3 lines, those who have taken an AP course and sat for the exam, on average, only 25% of them require remediation. This is a significant drop and a great cost savings to those of the state of Arkansas. If we drill down on the data and compare those students who did not attain a qualifying score of 3, 4, or 5 versus those who did, this is even more dramatic because those students who didn't receive a qualifying score only needed 30% remediation, but those who did receive a qualifying score only needed 11.5% remediation. This is a significant savings to the state, and this is what we are trying to attain in Indiana. So AP Tip-In has a formula that works, which is a comprehensive approach that increases teacher effectiveness and student achievement. This can be seen in our wheel to the right in our program management, which is at the University of Notre Dame, through student supports, which include financial supports, as well as more time on task through tutoring and study sessions, as well as in teacher supports that include AP and PAP training, and the financial supports through teacher student awards and teacher awards, as well as designated administrator awards. If you'd like more information about formula that works that we're asking schools to replicate, please refer to our brochure. The Science Education Foundation is a not-for-profit organization, and the purpose of this is to encourage and assist young people to become scientists and engineers and practice their professions in Indiana. I'm on the CEFI board. CEFI mainly supports students across the state in 12 different regions for the regional science and engineering fairs in those regions, as well as the Hoosier Science and Engineering Fair, annually held in the central part of the state, most recently held at IUPUI at the end of March. In addition, the Science Education Foundation supports all students to participate in the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair, where traditionally Indiana has a very strong presence. This past Intel International Science and Engineering Fair was held the week of May 13th. 9 students received recognition for Indiana at this fair. The other support that CEFI does is the Celebrate Science Indiana event, which is held annually the first Saturday in October. We had our inaugural event at the State Fairgrounds this past October 2011. It attracted nearly 3,000 people to it and had more than 75 unique exhibitors to engage the public K through adult in science education and to get them more excited about the science in our state. If you'd like more information, I'd be happy to talk to you about the AP Tip-In or the Science Education Foundation of Indiana, and our information is in a brochure on the table. Thank you.